You wake before you mean to. Your eyes open into a darkness that feels both quiet and strangely alert. The clock glows with that familiar hour again. 3:17. And the room holds a stillness that is fuller than silence. Your mind remains steady. Your body rests in a state of alert stillness. It is something in between sleep and waking, a kind of inner brightness that glows against the backdrop of the middle of the night. You lie there, listening to the rhythm of your own breath, aware that this has become a pattern, though you are not sure when the pattern began. You might try to explain it to yourself the usual way. You might consider the logistics of the body. Perhaps you ate too late. Perhaps the stress of the week settled in the tightness of your shoulders. Perhaps the hormones are shifting the tides of your internal ocean again. Those things play their part, certainly. But the sensation feels older than any of them. It feels intentional. It feels like a summons. Women recognize these hours. When spoken aloud in the company of others, the recognition is immediate, a small exhale, a quiet laugh, a look of shared knowing that travels between eyes. This wakefulness is a private doorway we are learning to name. It is a shared secret of the threshold. At Bellmere, we treat the body's timings as sophisticated communication. We honor the night as a place where clarity lives, where the moments you might usually dismiss become moments of profound insight. The body speaks a different dialect in the dark, and during the transition of menopause, that language sharpens into urgency. Think of how thin the world becomes at this hour. The daytime noise dissolves into memory. The expectations of others loosen their grip on your nervous system. Even the air feels simpler, lighter, as though the world has stepped out of your way to give you room. Your attention, finally gathered from the scattered lists and roles and demands of the day, curls inward. The mind feels lit from inside, holding a heightened awareness that asks to be met. This is why so many women wake during menopause. Something is being revealed. It is a sign of emergence. Menopause rearranges your internal currents. What was once held down rises to the surface. What was once background becomes foreground. Insights that waited patiently under the fatigue of routine or the distraction of service suddenly surface with clarity. You might think of a conversation you have avoided for months, a truth you diluted to stay easy to love, a decision that has been whispering in the corners of your life, waiting for you to turn toward it. In the dark, those whispers become clear voices. They resonate in the silence. The body takes advantage of the quiet. With the external demands paused, it pushes upward whatever has not yet been metabolized. Emotion, memory, boundary, desire, all of it rides the same internal tide. Some women feel it as heat rising under the skin, a flush of energy seeking expression. Others feel a heaviness in the chest, as though a truth held too long inside has pressed forward to be seen. Sometimes you wake with a single sentence floating in your mind that did not exist there before, a directive from your own soul. Sometimes you wake with no words at all, simply a sense that something inside you is shifting, unlayering, preparing for a new shape. This carries its own ancient rhythm. There is a rhythm to the night older than electricity, older than our modern names for sleeplessness. Traditional Chinese medicine recognizes the hours between 1 and 3 a.m. as liver time, governed by the organ and by the energetic and emotional landscape connected to it. The liver is the general of the body. It is the architect of your vision. It is the keeper of the soul's blueprint. It holds the suppressed feeling, the unspoken boundaries, the swallowed anger, the lingering disappointment. It holds the parts of you that had no place to go during the day because you were busy holding the world together for everyone else. During liver time, that stored material rises for clearing. It is a biological and spiritual appointment. What feels like torment is actually the creation of room. When you were younger, your system managed this quietly in the background. Menopause intensifies everything: identity, truth, energy, emotion. What once stayed tucked away now insists on being acknowledged. The wake-up acts as a call and response between your deeper layers and your emerging self. Imagine it as a slow exhale from the part of you that has carried too much for too long. Menopause turns the inner light upward, illuminating what was once hidden in the dark. If you wake with agitation, it is the residue of years of self-silencing seeking release. If you wake with clarity, it is a truth finally rising unfiltered. If you wake with an ache in the chest, it is grief touching the air, asking to be held, All of this carries intention. Your body is clearing space for the woman you are becoming. The fire of this transition rises through the body, warming places that used to stay cold. It shines light into cabinets that used to stay closed. It stirs the emotional sediment, loosening what you are ready to release. That stirring creates movement. Movement creates heat. Heat creates wakefulness. This happens often enough that the body can complete its work. It is a process of purification, a refining of the spirit through the vessel of the flesh. This hour often exposes patterns you push aside in daylight. The wake-up reflects the places where your outer life and inner truth are ready to align. It serves as orientation. Some nights, what rises is unmistakable, a memory, a conversation, a promise. Other times, the wakefulness is gentler. You lie there with an odd sense of presence, almost as if someone quietly opened a window inside you. You are awake, resting in a version of yourself you rarely meet during the day, unmasked, unhurried, unfiltered. Something about the hour allows your inner knowing to stretch out, as though it finally has the full room to speak. This is the part of menopause many women feel and rarely articulate. The shift extends past the physical. It is an inner reorganization that touches all your emotional architecture. What you once tolerated begins to feel too tight. What you once ignored begins tugging at your sleeve. What you once dismissed as how life is starts to reveal its true cost. The 3 a.m. wake-up carries alignment with this reorganization. It opens a doorway between the parts of you that lived your past and the parts shaping your future. It reveals the simple truth that you are more aware in the dark than you allow yourself to be in the light, when nothing is being performed or explained. These nights ask for recognition. When you wake, the instinct might be to solve the moment, to fix the problem of being awake, but the body asks for witness. Here is a practice that can accompany this hour, a way to meet yourself, a way to turn the wakefulness into a ritual of clearing. We will transform the experience from an interruption into an altar. If you are listening now, let your body settle. Do not try to force sleep, and do not try to force wakefulness. Simply be where you are. Let the bed hold your full weight. Feel the support of the mattress beneath your heels, your hips, your shoulders, the back of your head. Surrender the effort of holding yourself up. Now, bring your right hand to your body. Place it gently at the right side of your lower rib cage, just where the ribs curve. This is where the liver rests, tucked safely beneath the bone. Let your palm make full contact with the warmth of your skin. Feel the heat transfer from your hand to your body, and from your body to your hand. Now, place your other hand at the center of your chest over your heart. You are bridging the two places that carry more of your emotional life than most people realize. You are connecting the vessel of your truth, the liver, with the vessel of your love, the heart. You are creating a circuit of compassion within your own form. Let your breath soften beneath your palms. Feel the ribs expand into your right hand on the inhale, a gentle opening of the cage. Feel the chest soften under your left hand on the exhale, a gentle dropping of the guard. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Unclench your jaw. Let the tongue rest on the floor of the mouth. Hold this space. There is no rush here. The night is long, and it belongs to you. You are the guardian of this moment. Then, without trying to interpret anything with your logical mind, drop a simple inner question into the silence of your body. Direct this question down into your hands. Ask, what is moving through me right now? Ask for what is present. Do not look for the answer in words immediately. Look for the sensation. The body speaks in texture before it speaks in syntax. The answer may arrive as a physical feeling. You might feel a tightness unwinding in the solar plexus. You might feel a sudden surge of warmth traveling up the spine. You might feel a pressure behind the eyes. You might feel an openness spreading through the torso, a sense of spaciousness. Or perhaps a vibration, a hum of energy that feels like anticipation. Or maybe a quiet phrase appears, rising from the liver to the heart. Listen to the thought that bubbles up when you stop suppressing. I am overwhelmed. I need rest. I am done pretending. I no longer want to carry this. Something in my life is ready to change. I am powerful. Whatever rises, if anything, it is enough. Receive it. You are allowing the moment to be exactly what it is. That allowance begins the clearing. The liver, symbolically, is the organ of flow. It wants movement above all else. Naming, even silently, creates movement. Acknowledging the feeling allows the energy to circulate rather than stagnate. Stay with the hands on the body. Imagine the breath washing through the liver, picking up the sediment of the day, the small frustrations, the unspoken words, and moving it out through the exhale. Visualize the energy flowing from your right hand, traveling up your arm, across your shoulders, down your left arm, and into your heart. Let the heart metabolize it. Let the heart take the raw emotion and turn it into wisdom. Sometimes after this, sleep returns on its own, drifting in like a tide. Other times the wakefulness remains, but the quality changes. The grip of the moment loosens. You move from feeling trapped inside the hour to feeling accompanied by it. You are resting in your own company. And on the nights when the moment is wakefulness with meaning held at a distance, let that be true too. The body appreciates being approached gently regardless of whether every night delivers a clear message. The act of placing the hands is the medicine. The act of asking is the cure. Over weeks or months, as you tend to this hour with reverence, the wake-ups often soften. You have changed the relationship. You have stopped treating your inner world as an inconvenience and started treating it as a priority. The body rests in the knowledge that you are listening. It no longer needs to shout to get your attention. This listening reshapes your days. The clarity you find in the moonlight follows you into the sunlight. You become more aware of the moments when you swallow your boundaries to please others. You feel the subtle cost of pretending, and you choose, more and more, to decline that cost. You sense when your emotional body begins carrying something your verbal body has not expressed, and you speak up sooner. You start making changes from inner signals that used to whisper, and now have your full attention. This is the alchemy of the second fire. This is why so many women say menopause made them more truthful, more direct, less willing to contort themselves into old shapes that no longer fit. Your nights teach you what your days are ready to change. The darkness acts as a dark room, where the image of your new life is developed. The 3 a.m. wake-up becomes a rehearsal for a more honest relationship with yourself. It is the hour where your truth gets practice speaking, without interruption. It is the training ground for your sovereignty. Imagine the woman who emerges from this practice. She is a woman who trusts her own signals. She is a woman who knows the difference between peace and silence. She is a woman who carries her own sanctuary within her ribs. Eventually, this time becomes a companion, a threshold moment, a place where you meet yourself, undistracted, a quiet room inside the night where the need to perform or please falls away. You can simply be who you are in that moment, unburdened by expectation. You are the queen of your own silence. And when the sun rises, that version of you, the one you met in the dark, comes with you. She walks into your kitchen. She sits at your desk. She speaks with your voice. She makes decisions with the clarity of the 3 a.m. hour, but with the energy of the noon sun. You are being shown the woman you are becoming. You are being introduced to your own authority. May you treat these hours as part of a deeper restfulness taking shape inside you. A restfulness built on uninterrupted honesty. A restfulness that comes from knowing there are no more secrets kept from yourself. If this conversation feels like something your body has been waiting for, please like, share, or subscribe. This is Bellmere, a sanctuary for the woman becoming.